Hello and welcome to IGN Anime Club. Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
Yay! Come on, Justin, you can do better than that.
Yay, anime!
Yay!
Yay.
Welcome to our first ever OVA. It's weird.
Yes,
That's what we're
OVA
calling this.
episode of IGN Anime
It's like
Club.
a special edition because it is very special.
It'll be featured on the DVD extras. And
Yeah,
future
that's
release.
right.
It's the only way you can get it.
Uh-huh.
Maybe not really. You can find it on YouTube. And, anyway, so we have this guy in our room.
This guy.
His name
dude.
is
Some
Justin
guy.
Rojas from
Hi, guys.
Funimation. I mean, he only warranted an entire episode of himself, so he must be
Is
special.
that the first time? What?
Yeah.
Really?
You're special.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
got this is OVA 1.
Oh boy. Well, I guess we were
Yes.
talking about anime, so I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. So introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do?
Cool. Hi, I'm Justin Rojas.
Hey.
I am in charge of social strategy and development over at Funimation Entertainment. Been with the company for just about 7 years now. Been doing a lot of things at the company. Right now, I'm really focused on kind of doing a lot of business development and managing our social media team, as well as doing a lot of these conventions and events, traveling, talking to business partners. You may have seen me on our show Double Talk on Wednesday nights on Twitch.
Yeah.
And then see me at the different conventions and panels. I do all the big, industry panels and Dragon Ball Z panels and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure some of our listeners, watchers, whatever you want to call them, club members have seen
Yes,
you.
club members.
Have seen you at one of these
Yes.
conventions.
Cool, I
Just
hope
a little
so.
popular. When I went to the Funimation panel at Anime Expo, it was a very, very packed room. Maybe some
It's
of
a
you guys
large
went to it. It was pretty awesome.
That might have actually been my largest panel ever.
It was wall-to-wall people.
Yeah, 4,000 I think people or so.
Yeah.
3 to 4, somewhere around there.
Yeah, we were talking about this at lunch. I got to jump this huge line because I was pressed, but there were hundreds of people lined up still waiting to get in before they cut off the line.
Sorry guys.
Yeah.
Not my fault. Not my fault.
I mean, you can only have so many people before it becomes a fire hazard,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
That was the first panel where I had a LED screen behind me,
Mm-hmm.
which was kind of cool to do because you could do the Vanna White thing and be like, and this title, and this right here.
So if you guys are listening right now, I think you should check out
Oh.
the video.
That's right, video.
So-
I'm
this
waving
video,
my hands behind
Yeah, it's a
me.
video and audio, so
Yes.
Yes,
audio people miss out.
exactly.
I mean, love
Yeah,
you,
you have to
audio
do,
people.
you have to do
but-
the old-timey radio thing where you make sound effects. Where it say bring, and over here we have this video. Bring.
You have a soundboard?
No, I
Oh.
just almost forgot my Pikachu.
Oh no,
Got a
you
new
can't forget Pikachu.
It's Ditto-Chew! It's completely unrelated to the show.
It's
Yeah, I
just
was
so
thinking, it's
for
like,
those who
its face
are
looks weird.
watching,
It's
show
not-
him to the camera. He's so
not a
cute.
real
my
Pikachu.
baby.
It's a
No.
big
Can you
deal.
explain why his eyes are different?
Yeah, so it's a Ditto-Chew, so he is Ditto as Pikachu.
Yeah,
so.
and they don't sell a lot of those. I think the last one you said was 2010.
Yeah, in 2010. Okay, guys, let's sit down. With Pikachu Miranda talk. Back in 2010, the Pokemon centers in Japan, they had some special Ditto-Chew plushes go out, and part of like a rainbow series. And they were like kind of, I guess, limited as limited goes because, they're only in Japan at Pokemon centers. And now if you want to buy one, they go upwards of $200. And those are for the smaller editions that are kind of like the normal, I guess like 8-inch or so.
I think for
And
U.S.
then-
fans, you have to clarify that Pokemon
Yeah.
centers in Japan weren't actual Pokemon centers like in the game.
Yeah. So they're
Right.
actually just like
just
stores
stores.
with
Yeah.
beautiful
You
things.
didn't take your
Pokemon.
hurt Pokemon to get them rebuy.
Well, you can. There's like
Or you
sometimes like little
could.
stations. There's little stations for Pokemon stuff, like events.
Pokemon are real.
Yeah, they are. Our hearts.
Pokemon is forever.
Yeah,
Pokemon's
but
very, very important.
It's real to me, damn it.
real.
I mean, I got my Ditto-Chew finally. So, like I said, they only sold them in 2010. Really hard to get, and they released a new set of Ditto-Chews, which is just this one, which is holding a little Pikachu ice cream. So it's super cute.
It is so
Check
cute.
it out on
It's
Snapchat.
so cute.
Yeah, so IGN Watch on Snapchat. So if you're not checking that out, you should, because I think this weekend I'm gonna show off my Ditto-Chew in closer vision
Yeah.
with Snapchat.
Well,
Snapchat is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of rare, unattainable things, that Pokemon, that Golden Frieza there, that's
He's
a
also
San Diego
Pokemon.
Comic-Con exclusive,
Yes.
was only sold this year at Comic-Con. So
Yeah.
you also have one of those.
Yeah,
The
I
one with the red
just-
eyes.
Yeah, I get to collect all the cool things with weird eyes.
Yes. Also on our table, speaking of things that you can collect and buy that are a little more accessible, we have, which Justin brought for us, the Blu-ray of Steins, which is perfect because that is part of our watch party, and we hope
Very cool.
everyone is watching. We hope that everyone is watching Steins
Yeah.
with us.
It's so fun. So we're actually gonna, because this is our OVA, we are skipping watch party today.
Yes.
But it did get a nice shout out because we have it in the office.
We do.
Yeah, and some people have sent us pictures of theirs. They're like, I'm ready for the watch party. I'm like, yeah. And then
Exactly.
people tweet to
So-
me that they got ahead. I'm like, no,
don't
you're
get
supposed to
ahead.
Stay with
You're
us.
It's
Stay with us.
I want to get ahead. I'm like have to fight myself to stay on.
I already know what
task here.
happens,
Yes.
so you know.
We were also
Kidding.
talking about the dub is amazing.
Oh, it's a really great dub.
Tatum is amazing. It's just like it's such a good dub. So yes, dub sub though you can't go wrong. It's just a good anime.
Yeah, both.
Yes, that's right.
good.
Ta-da!
That's why we have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's jump into the questions.
Okay.
We have a hefty list of things we want to ask you, and that I think our fans will also appreciate. So just kind of easing in. What got you into anime?
That's a good question. I think, like many other people growing up in the 90s and stuff and watching cartoons on television, you know, it was that getting up in the morning and checking out whatever cartoons are available and not really understanding that what I'm watching is anime at the time.
Yeah.
I think the first ones I really started watching religiously every morning and waking up earlier, which I hate, like waking up early.
Yeah.
As a kid, like, oh man, I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock to watch two cartoons in the morning, and I was Samurai Pizza Cats and Sailor Moon. And so those were like my two. Really got me into those. And then I started watching, a lot of Dragon Ball Z. And Dragon Ball Z is really what got me into like anime as a genre. So like while I was watching, Samurai Pizza Cats and Sailor Moon, there was just shows I enjoyed, and then DBZ was like, oh, it's anime. Let me like start checking out what other anime there are in the world. So Dragon Ball Z has a strange place in my heart now because it's stuff I grew up on. It's the reason I got into martial arts and other things, but it's also now like so integrated into my life in ways I don't even want it to be.
Yeah.
This summer has been crazy with Dragon Ball Z because of the movie Resurrection F coming out. And
Yeah.
we did the launch. We did the world premiere in LA in April, and I go home and I watch Dragon Ball Z. I go to work and it's Dragon Ball Z, and people are just constantly talking to me about it. And knowing all the actors and stuff now too, it's weird. It's not an anime anymore. It's just life.
Yeah.
Right.
Scary.
Who is your favorite DBZ character?
So that I think changes with time. As a kid, it was Gohan because cool kid, and he grows up and he gets really cool and powerful.
Yeah.
And then he gets really lame for a minute. And then like growing up, I was like, oh, Goku. Goku's really cool. He's pure-hearted and is really strong and whatever. And then I got a little bit older and I was like, man, Goku can be really dumb and he doesn't really think of the best ways to resolve a situation, and he actually is making more trouble all the times than anything. And then I started liking Vegeta because he was getting angry, old, and bitter, and I was like, maybe that's me now.
You're like, I
don't
can
know.
relate to that.
Yeah, it's whatever I'm relating to at the time.
Yeah. So, Funimation's had a lot going on with Dragon Ball this year. Could we expect anything else with Dragon Ball?
We all know Dragon Ball Super,
Super?
is happening. It's in Japan, and it's been airing there on broadcast. It's not something we're currently working on, but definitely something we would like to do. Funimation is similarly known as the Dragon Ball Z company.
Right.
Founded on Dragon Ball Z, literally. That's what Gen Fukunaga brought the show over, and that started the creation of the company. Went from that one title now to, I don't know, 400 plus different shows. So, we'd love to do Dragon Ball Z, more of it, or Dragon Ball in general. So with Resurrection F happening this summer, which is a huge deal, we actually broke records, which is awesome. We got into the top 10 of all anime theatrical releases.
And it wasn't even like a huge release. Like it was just limited initially.
Limited
It's like 1,000
event.
theaters or something.
Yeah.
So not even a wide distribution. It was only playing for, I think, 2 weeks or a week.
Yeah.
week and a half.
Still hitting records.
Yeah, so it
Incredible.
was awesome. And that's all because of thanks to the fans for pre-ordering tickets, which is a big deal. In this new kind of theatrical environment where you're doing these limited events and people will pre-order tickets, and that means theaters will pick up more they'll pick up more showings and stuff like that. So that was really important, and we have to thank the fans for really putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a lot of people in our Facebook groups and just on Twitter saying, hey, look what I'm going to, tweeting us their tickets and saying, look, me and my friends are going, or I'm driving miles and miles just to get to this theater. And it's kind of amazing how people are just so dedicated to, something they love.
Yeah.
especially Dragon Ball.
Hopefully this is a trend. This opens a gateway for more anime movies to come out in the States as a theatrical release. So
For sure.
I'm really hoping that this is just the start,
and
not just
hopefully
like a fluke.
Toei will take notice and get us Dragon Ball Super sometime soon.
Maybe.
Yes.
We'll find out.
Cross your fingers.
Crossing our fingers.
But it totally did lead the way in paving theatrical here for not just anime, but for these types of events. So we're really excited to be doing a lot more of this coming soon.
Very cool. Very
Great.
cool.
Yeah. So you guys have Boruto coming out later this year, right?
We
As well?
don't.
You guys don't.
That's
No.
Viz's property solely, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Never
So-
mind.
We
Just
don't.
checking.
It is coming out.
We were just
There is
testing
a big
you.
deal with
I
that.
was checking
That's
you.
right.
Yeah, I was testing you. No, but you actually do have other really cool movies coming out this summer.
Yes.
And, well, not this summer.
this year.
Summer's over pretty much, but
Fall?
this year, 2015.
Yeah. So later this year, I believe I forget exactly which one. Ghost in the Shell: Arise, which is the new movie for the Ghost in the Shell: Arise series. So that's really a big deal. We're gonna have Psycho-Pass, the movie, coming out
Yeah.
in 2016.
We've talked about Psycho-Pass on this show and how much we enjoy it. Because if you love Ghost in the Shell, there's no reason not to love Psycho-Pass.
Yeah, for sure. So both of those play hand in hand right with each other, and they're really awesome. A really big one that we're anticipating, I think, early 2016. The Boy and the Beast.
Yes, I'm
we
so
are-
looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
all of us are super excited for that. Like we've been following it. We know it got received really well in Japan. And like this
Yeah.
premise of it too. I mean, I even downloaded the line stickers. You know,
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. I'm waiting.
We're very excited about that one.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're not familiar with that one, that's the latest movie from Mamoru Hosoda, who also did The Girl Up Through Time, who did Summer Wars and Wolf Children, and so those are all like top tier, awesome, amazing anime movies. I personally cried more in Summer Wars. That was like the one where I like teared up a whole lot. When the dog barks, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
No spoilers.
But no spoilers, but when the dog barks, it was just like
It's always those dogs.
Yes,
Yeah.
so many
Dogs.
doggies.
That I just don't care about film dogs because they usually just die, and if they don't, then I mean it's fine. But
You really harden your heart to it.
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even care. I'm like, oh, it's a
well,
dog.
if you
like,
watch
countless.
Wolf Children, it's the characters are wolves themselves.
Yes,
so
it's a
you
bit.
have to, like,
It's a little bit different.
Okay.
It's a little bit different.
What about
It's-
Chimera?
if they're like, Full Metal Alchemist episode 4.
Oh my gosh, let's just not,
That's
guys.
different.
Nope.
I've had it enough with the memes. My heart can't handle it.
Yeah, my heart can't take that one
Like the
anymore.
one where the newspaper clipping is like, like girl and her dog are inseparable or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, it's just a picture of them just hugging. And it's like, oh my gosh.
I've seen that one.
All right, happy topics, happy
Yeah.
thoughts, happy topics, happy thoughts.
So yeah, very excited to see what comes out from the Funimation films. Like, we
Yeah.
are very happy that we're getting this, and obviously Resurrection of F really helped with that.
For sure. So we're really excited, and this isn't the stop of it. I mean,
Right.
we just listed those. This is something what we're really trying to make a bigger deal, bringing anime to movie theaters, and it's a different experience. It's crazy when you go to a movie theater, and let's say you're going to go watch Avengers. It's a cool movie. There's a lot of people who are big comic book fans in the theater. There's a lot of people who are just fans of the movie, right?
Right.
When you go watch like Dragon Ball Z, everybody in there just is like a Dragon Ball Z fanatic, and so it's like going to an anime convention, or it's going to your anime club, hence this, and watching with a bunch of other people that like you feel like you grew up with, and everyone's cheering at the right moments, and like when Krillin like shows up and gets his haircut and all the things. I don't know. It's the little things.
Goes
so
and
it's-
gets a
it's cool.
haircut.
Yeah, no, it's a shared experience. It's something that people are super passionate about, and so like. Weird example, but like when we went to see Mad Max, like we got to see like the premiere, and people were dressed up in costumes and cheering. And it's that's the thing about anime that I love so much. When you see people in costumes and you go to these conventions and you go to these showings, I mean, people are there because they're that passionate about it, and it's great. That's one of the best things about anime and its fans is that there is this camaraderie.
Yeah, so definitely excited to see what else you guys announced for the year. And The Boy and His Beast. Or
Yes.
And the Beast.
And the Beast.
And The Beast. Not his beast, but The Beast. It's so cute.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah. So on to the next question. You guys do a lot of dubbing,
Yes.
and that's a very big part of Funimation, and a lot of things people appreciate because people just like to watch things in English sometimes. What's the most difficult part of getting a show dubbed that's currently airing in Japan? Like, that's something you guys have started doing, and it's
Yeah.
amazing, but I cannot imagine how difficult that would
Right.
be.
Yeah, the turnaround must be
Production must
insane.
be crazy.
Yeah, it's a crazy process. So a lot of this came kind of to be with Funimation specifically due to Space Dandy. That was a true simuldub, which was very crazy, where you were actually dubbing a show before it was completed. So we worked very closely with our partners in Japan to do that, and it broadcasts actually in English in the U.S. before it broadcast in Japanese in Japan.
Wow.
Which is amazing. So we're doing something similar, not quite as extreme as that. That was a very specific case, but we learned a lot from that, and we're like, oh, so maybe we are able to figure out dubbing an episode at a time within 4 weeks. And so we tested it this past fall of 2014 with 2 shows. The first one was Psychopath Season 2 and Laughing in the Clouds. And then we're like, oh, well, okay, those worked. We could keep doing this. And then we ramped up, and we kind of pushed our limits to see what we could do. And we went straight to 10 different shows.
Whoa, that's
So,
a big jump.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot. And so we hired on a bunch of new production staff to, kind of make this happen. Those were different than Space Dandy because we were still getting the materials as you were seeing it broadcast in Japan or on the internet. So our simulcasts, right? Those are the ones that air an hour or whatever so after they air in Japan. So we would take that material and then start dubbing immediately. So we wouldn't get that earlier like we did for Space Dandy. We were getting stuff like a month in advance. So it was a different process. But we were basically able to do 4 to 6 weeks of production to get each episode recorded. And one of the biggest challenges with that is when you typically dub an anime series, you dub it all at once. Like for Steins Gate, you had the whole series. You had all of the materials done. It was already the home video materials, which are slightly different than the broadcast materials. So it's final. Like, it's all done. You know what you have, and you can create a dub around all of that information. When you do a simulcast and then do a broadcast dub of it, you don't know what's going to happen later on with this series. You don't know where this character is going to go. You don't know if this character is supposed to be like a boy who gets revealed to be a girl later. That happens in anime. Like,
Yeah.
And so, that affects the way you voice and write for the character.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't know what the subtleties and the hints, like the foreshadowing, because the series isn't made yet. So that's hard to write for, and sometimes we have to. And we've told fans that our broadcast dubs are the early first dub, and they can change, and they may change based on what happens with the show and how it's received. But yeah, we're doing, I think this season, my favorite, Gangsta. We're doing the broadcast.
Gangsta.
Gangsta's really awesome. We're also doing, Sky Wizards Academy. We're doing Prison School.
The look on your face as you said prison school says it all.
But you have fans. We know people who love prison school.
No judgments. Yeah, no. I just
Very
love
interesting.
That seems like it'd be a fun thing to dub. Because it's so wild. And
Yeah, no judgments. It's just the look on your face is fantastic.
Okay, so I just watched episode 2 last week. I missed episode 3 of the dub this week because I've been traveling. But man, I didn't know it. I try to not watch ahead. I don't watch the simulcast if I know I'm going to be doing our live show around that episode for the broadcast dubs. So watching episode 2, I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Prison School.
Prison School episode 2. I was like, oh, this is pretty bad when I was watching the first episode. Season 2, or episode 2, excuse me, I keep saying that. Episode 2, just in your face. Literally in your face.
Oh, God.
In your face.
Yeah, I know that part.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen it.
I was,
I know.
I was shocked.
Okay.
Yep, we all. Yep.
We talked about it. Yeah, it's a show.
I don't know what I can say about it.
It's a thing
that exists.
Definitely a show. That's that much I can say.
It exists.
Yeah, I don't know, it's funny, but it is kind of cool that you guys are watching it along and reacting in real time.
Yeah.
So it's a fun thing.
It is.
So,
So yeah, these broadcast dubs that we're doing now, it's a big initiative for us as a company, and it's playing on one of our strengths as a company, being a broadcast or a dub house, and we do all of it in studio, in the office. Our office is a big warehouse basically, and it has half of it production side and half of it business side. So we've got 8 or 9 different sound recording booths inside our office, and it's all just done right there.
Wow.
yeah.
In the Dallas, Texas area.
Yeah, Texas. I love Texas.
I have
Y'all.
a question. Do you never get a heads up from your Japanese partners about what might be happening in a storyline? Just nothing?
Most of the time, yes, that's correct.
Crazy.
Of course, if there's a show that's based on a manga or something like that, we do our research and we get it as much as we can. Occasionally, you might get hey, heads up, something really, really, really controversial might happen, and we've got that a couple times. But on the norm, it's just they're barely getting it done.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're pushing their deadlines just to make it the hit broadcast.
Because in Japan, they work down to the wire, basically,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's funny because we had some con stuff where we get like a message from Japan or something, working
Yeah.
on a new show, and one of the partners we had to work with wanted to do a recorded message to the audience, and we were working so closely. He made sure he was wearing his sunglasses during the recording because like none of them have gone to sleep for the past week trying to get the episodes done.
Oh my god.
So their eyes are just like bloodshot and like, hope you guys are enjoying this. We worked really hard to get this to you, and we actually they gave us an episode early. In
Oh
fact.
wow.
Oh, cool.
And so they had to like work extra hard to get it out before their deadline to get to
my
us,
gosh.
so we could show the fans in the U.S. before anyone else like in the world.
Right.
Wow. God bless the Japanese. So I went
Thank
to
you.
Yuke's studio in Japan a couple of times to cover Raw versus SmackDown versus Raw. I can't talk today, but I went there to look at a video game, and like the Japanese developers all had like shampoo and soap and food. Like they were required basically the last few weeks before the games shipped to live at the studio with no breaks. And that's just a very Japanese culture thing to do. Like you get it done.
Yeah.
It does not matter what it takes. You see it all the way through. And it's really impressive and really scary how it's like these poor people literally keel over and die from overworking. That's how hard they work to
Yikes.
bring us this stuff.
Sounds like E3 kind of.
Yeah, but just all the
Like,
time.
all the time.
Yeah,
Every
but,
day.
but
Literally all the time. That sounds awful.
Couldn't do that.
That's why you support the industry.
Yeah,
That's
that's why
right.
you buy things legally and watch things legally. That's why we're really big on pushing subscriptions and like saying, hey guys, I mean, choose where you want to subscribe to and what you want to. Like there's plenty of options, but support the industry, like support what you're
absolutely.
watching.
There are people
Yeah.
working to the bone on
Yeah.
this stuff that we care so much about.
And Megan and I've talked about this because we're a little bit older, so we remember like the dark days, quote unquote, of just scouring, like not even Google, like Alta Vista, you know, and just trying to find like where you could even get your hands on like VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And now it blows my mind still that I can just log into Funimation and it's just right there and it's being simulcasted.
Yeah.
Just blows my mind.
Crazy.
And we can even get stuff before Japan, which is even crazier to me. Like I can't even mind blown.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Simulcasts are just amazing.
Now I'm spoiled.
Thank you.
Yes,
It's
yes,
crazy that
so
you could,
much.
like, not even you have to go on your computer or anything. You can log in onto your Xbox or your PlayStation,
Yeah, that's
or whatever, and just
preferred
watch
way.
all of this.
Yeah. Xbox One app. So
good.
Yeah.
I watch it on the Xbox One app too.
Yeah.
So easy to watch anime now.
Yes, it is.
It's too easy.
Yes.
And have you ever been watching like something on Netflix, like an anime on Netflix, and you get that message? It's like, "Are you still watching?" And I'm like, "I've been watching for that long." Netflix, like, don't judge me.
Yeah, I know I've unlocked some of the achievements for watching stuff.
Yeah, I got a Netflix
That's
achievement.
embarrassing.
I got a Netflix achievement for like 5 episodes in a row without pausing or stopping. I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Are you sure you want to mainline this?
I was like, yeah. I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's
oh
like,
dear.
It's like,
Oh,
they're
God.
enabling. It's like, here's an achievement for watching forever. It's like,
Yeah.
They need to change those messages to be, "Did you eat today?"
Yeah.
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 Are
I
you
need to use the
okay? Like,
bathroom.
go
Yeah.
outside.
Like the connect warnings, right? Where it's like, maybe you should take a break.
Do 20
Nintendo stretch.
Nintendo games do that, where it's like,
Yeah, they
you've
do.
been playing for a while. Why don't you go outside? And I'm like, no.
I'm like Umaru-chan from Himoto Umaru-chan. Like I get my like junk food and I get like my mat and I just pick out and watch Funimation. I watch all these shows.
Once you
and
hit the
it's
door in the house, you just become a different, like,
a totally
permanent
different
human
person.
being.
Like I
I-
turn into a total trash monster is what I'm trying to say.
I got the little choco shrooms.
Yeah.
And I was really happy I got that. I got some like E21 green tea. I was like ready to go home and go like curl up with my visual novels because Amnesia Memories just came out. And I was like, yeah,
I don't wanna play that.
date my anime, man.
Time to date some anime
And then-
boys.
Yes. And then I had to watch the cats. So we just got a kitten. And so, love my boyfriend, but I was just like, hey, watch the cats. And he was like reading a Star Wars book and he's like, yeah. And then I was just like, the cats. And so I was like, I just
So you
wanna-
had to be the responsible
yeah,
one.
I just wanted to do the Maru-chan thing. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I can't.
So I'm curious, what's your archetype, like, guy that you go for?
Oh.
Is it like
In
Megane?
anime?
Is it like
In a
So-
dating sim.
In a
dating
Because
sim.
they're always
yeah, there's the
archetype.
best friend. There's the smart guy. There's the guy who mistreats
No,
you.
I
kind
know.
of. Yeah,
You're
of
talking to
course.
someone who knows. Okay, I know
Yeah,
what's up.
of course.
I just wanted to double check and make sure we're on the
I
same
wanna
page.
play Amnesia.
I usually
so
just try to go for the handsome, mysterious guy. That's usually what I go for.
Yeah, I go for the one that's the cutest, regardless of
It
what
doesn't
it is.
matter the type. You're just like, your face is the best.
Yeah, I think that's also a good way to pick.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I do.
Totally. I mean,
do
I'm
have
not,
to stare
I'm-
at it.
See, I'm
Yeah,
not,
right?
I'm not like that in real life. So if I'm playing a game, I'm gonna do
You can be
that.
as shallow as hell.
Be
in
as
it.
shallow as
There
You
go.
better
They're
be
not
perfect.
real.
Yeah.
In real life, I'm like, wow, he treats me like a human being, A+. And in a dating sim, I'm like, You have very good art.
Like we've
Art
kind
or
of talked
abs?
about, but no, the abs better be good too.
abs.
Oh, speaking of abs, we got some free stuff on the table. I just want to say, I think I'm the only one here who has watched Free.
I haven't watched it yet. I know it's one of those things. It's on
one of those things.
It's on my list.
And it's also
It's
on
sitting in my queue.
Funimation.
Yeah.
Just check out Free Eternal Summer.
Good. I did a little Megway, except
You
I'm
did.
not Megan.
Yeah, it's
But
true. Whenever we do a
Makoto-
segue, we do a Megway because
Makoto
it rhymes.
is a dreamy man.
Yes.
So your favorite is he best boy?
No, my favorite's probably Dean because I'm garbage.
Who is that?
He's the shark one. Yeah, that's yep. But anyway, that was
Wait, is that the one that Vic Mañana
Yes.
dressed up as the shark one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that is so
Yeah.
funny.
yeah. So Free is a thing. We really got sidetracked on
Sorry.
Anime Boys, didn't we?
My bad.
Sorry, no.
I just wanna
Alina,
talk
wait,
about
what's your
Anime Boys.
favorite? What's your favorite type
I've
of?
never played a dating sim.
Really?
So I don't really know.
I will
what this
enlighten
is.
you.
Oh,
Come
wow.
with me.
let
It's
us
fine.
let us
Okay, so
share.
this is the thing. I think people are like, oh, I've never played a dating sim. And I'm like, well,
Right.
did you play
Persona?
Dragon Age or Mass Effect? Because
Yeah.
those are just dating sims.
Or Persona. Or Persona
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a
Romancing.
Or anything
romancing.
that has a romantic option.
You have to lay out for me what my options are, because I can choose from that. Still, I don't have to play.
So
it.
your childhood friend,
Okay.
the smart guy, the jock guy, the guy who's really mean and pompous, but
Yeah, the
also kind of
tsundere.
attractive.
And also-
The
yeah.
tsundere.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you also have like the kiddish guy,
the young,
kind of
like,
yeah,
boyish-
Yeah, the guy's
practical
kind of like,
jokes.
oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the kind
And
of.
you have the glasses guy. You always have to have a glasses
the
guy.
Meganes,
The
yeah.
That's it? Just the glasses,
Megatron.
nothing else?
He's usually like smart and intelligent
Well,
and
but
kind of
he'll always, like,
mature,
move
and he
his
has,
glasses and
you know,
make
the
the-
glasses guy in anime.
He also
is
might
like-
be a little condescending. Also.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll
do
think he's a little bit better than you.
He'll
Yeah.
do the glasses flash thing in anime where they move their glasses and it's
Right.
like shing, you know.
Yeah.
Are those my only options?
Usually, unless it's a good.
Oh,
Unless it's a really
the
good.
senpai, the senpai kind of guy who's
Okay.
probably too old for you.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes there's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably childhood best friend.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
sweet. Aw,
Yeah.
that is super sweet.
Yeah.
That can backfire on you sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Because
Too
you,
much
'cause
history.
you think that they're like
Yeah.
he was as a kid, but then
Yeah.
you realize he's grown up and he's a completely different
It's-
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's too deep.
Whoa. I want to know the backstory.
Yeah, wait a second. What experience
Who do you
have?
Who do you choose?
Yeah,
Oof,
who's
if
who's
I
your
was
anime boy?
playing- Am I anime boy? Okay, so I mean, this, I don't know. Like, let's say I usually go for like the really like the nicest type of one.
the nicest person?
Yeah,
Sweet
or okay, so I hate this. I don't like tsundere girls because in anime, tsundere girls always like are very abusive.
They are. They punch
Yeah,
and hit.
it's
Yeah.
so
But
bad.
tsundere boys,
actually bad, yeah.
Like in anime and stuff, they don't do that. They're just like mean verbally,
Yeah.
but always have a heart of gold. And
Yeah.
so like that's kind of
See, that's what I'm all about, like the tsundere senpai. I like guys with confidence and a little bit of swag, but not like super condescending. But if they, they have that aloofness, and it makes them more alluring, because it's like, a challenge. I will take this challenge. Haha. Yeah, it's all about the tsundere boys. Yeah, tsundere girls are too catty.
I like the tsundere boys too. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah,
gonna have to
tsundere boys got that
investigate
swag.
this more,
We're gonna have to.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of dating sims that are focused like as for girls, like or for men with girls, you know, or for whoever just wants to date girls.
Yeah.
I mean
Yes.
anyone can date girls.
Yes.
Those are mostly on Steam, but we haven't seen many on Vita, which really is disappointing because like I want more variety. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It's
a lot of
I'll
iOS
date-
ones now. Too.
Yeah, but the
They're not
iOS
very
ones are
good.
really bad.
There was
Except for a
one
few.
Vita or PSP game where it was it takes place in like the Tokugawa era or something like that, or a little later than that. But it's just like you can date different samurai boys.
Hakuloki.
Yes, thank you. I could
love
not
it
think
so
of it.
much. It's so good.
And of course, I went for
Okay,
the
I wanna play that.
slightly tsundere
It's such
guy
an
because that was
amazing-
just it.
It has like
Okay.
an awesome story. Like
Remind
one
me
of
to play
my
that
favorites.
tomorrow.
Like it still plays into the tropey guys, which is like of course.
Yeah.
But at least they're a little bit different. They stand out because of the setting and
Yeah,
the story overall is
setting, and
really
they
good.
try to weave it through.
And it also has a really, I feel like, more natural romance path as opposed to some where like choose your guy. It's like I don't want to do that. I want to choose naturally.
You make choices and then like
And
the
that-
guys like
Sure. And those situations and the flow of the game
Yeah.
puts you with these people as opposed to this one.
This
You
guy.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, I like
So-
that about Hatoful Boyfriend because it's kind of a deconstruction of the whole genre.
Yes.
It's stuff like that.
I bet these guys didn't know that this OVA episode was going to be about
It's
dating.
actually about dating sims. Sorry, guys.
Surprise.
I learned something new.
Yeah.
So maybe everyone
Yeah.
else learned something new.
Something new.
Yeah, so
That's right.
hopefully, and also, I mean, it's another one of those support the industry things. It's like really cool that we're starting to get these Otome dating sims, and I want other dating sims as well. Like, hopefully we can get more, because I don't want anyone to feel left out. And also, just because it's better to have variety.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And Justin
definitely
had
is.
good things to say about it, so it's not like we left you in the dust.
Yeah. You know.
I think I
knew your
asked
type.
about it.
It's true. You started the comment. I love that you instigated it. It's okay to be comfortable with playing dating sims. Yeah. It's not just for
Again,
boys or
guys,
just
if
for
you've
girls.
played Mass Effect, it's a very sci-fi, action heavy
Yeah.
game, but it's a dating.
Thane,
I
or so
love
you
that.
want Thane Krios, or do you want Garrus in Mass Effect? Or God, I'm blanking on his name.
Garrus.
All about
I've heard
Garrus.
too much bad fan fiction.
I would have went for Grunt.
Grunt. Why Grunt?
He was tsundere.
That's true. He was very
He was
tsundere.
just like, I hate everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna be friends now. I really
Wait,
like you.
him or
That is
Rex
cute.
though?
I didn't. Okay, so I only
Rex.
played 2 and 3, so I didn't have. I've
Oh,
never
you didn't play
played
the original. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
And Rex was dead in mine.
I actually had two saves, one for Thane and one for Garrus. But who am I? Who's the guy from the first game? I'm totally. Oh my God, Brittany would be so mad at me right now. There's
Oh,
The other dude.
the other
human
dude whose
dude
name
who's
is so
Canadian.
boring. I
It's
can't
like
remember his name.
Whatever.
Canadian guy.
Only one of them
Canadian
live,
guy.
right?
It's all
Yeah,
about
it's
Garrus.
between him and Ashley.
Yeah.
Kato. Wait.
Caden.
Caden.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I always
am
forgot
so
that. I was
sorry,
like, get
Brittany.
out of here. And you had to date him in the first one. I was like, I don't want you, but I also don't want to date Liara. Like, she's fine, but I know people are going to fight me for that, but I don't.
No, she's
Liara's
fine.
fine. Liara is just fine.
If I-
Tally is best girl.
Yeah, Tally is best girl.
I don't know.
Let's fight.
I have to argue about
Just
that.
let's
I don't
fight.
know. Well, okay, so I really liked Legion also.
Okay, Legion was fantastic.
Legion was amazing.
If I could date Legion, I would have dated Legion.
Oh, see, you don't have that option. Okay, who in Dragon Age?
Oh my gosh.
I got to see this through. I'm
So
sorry.
I got really upset. So, and the reason I really wanted to pick her is because we actually worked on Dragon Age: Dawn of the Seeker, the animated movie.
right.
And so that's the backstory for Cassandra Pentagast. And so like I worked very closely on that movie, like from the production all the way through the release of that. And so like I had like a thing for Cassandra, like pretty heavy.
Good taste. She's
And
awesome.
so in the game, I picked I was a female elf, and I tried to date Cassandra. And I didn't know that she doesn't swing that way in the game, and that was impossible.
But you can date Sarah, right? in the
I
game?
did, and that's what I did.
Sarah's
do.
so annoying.
She was.
Like, she's
pretty
fun.
crazy.
Like, I kind of like her having.
She's the
in
best
group.
party banter.
No, she's fun to be in the group, but dating her is like, stop. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
she
talk to you
hated
one-on-one.
me by the end of the game because I disagreed with everything. I was all about Cullen, and then no one was going to get in
Cullen.
our way. Cullen is always the right answer.
Wasn't it like.
I told
there's this thing with
somebody that.
him and Cassandra and I forget who else. And it was, I think it was an E3 video or something, some teaser trailer, and Colin comes out in a towel, and it was just the best thing. You were like,
Yeah, the romance scene with Cullen and your female Inquisitor is pretty great too.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like super awkward.
So, if you haven't seen them, IGN actually has a full video of all the romance
Yes,
scenes.
it does.
Like, compiled, so.
Yeah. Rated M for mature.
Yes. gonna go watch that after.
Anyways, tell us your favorite dating sims. Yeah.
Yes,
Your husbando.
If you're still watching or listening.
Maybe even recommend like an easy one for me to get started with. Something that's not too scary at first, right? Like it's the same thing with anime, right? You wouldn't like throw them into like
What's a good
the
start
deepest,
point for dating
darkest
sims?
possible
Yeah.
anime. So start me light,
Thank you,
folks.
Justin.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. That was all relevant because we did make a Mass Effect movie and a Dragon Age movie. So
Yeah, see? You know what
topic.
we're doing.
That's like the staple of our shows. We always go on a tangent and then bring it right back to
Right
anime.
back to
It's
anime.
totally
Yeah.
related.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So you fit right in. Good
All
job.
right. Thanks.
Fist bumps.
So, back to the questions.
Back to questions.
Back to
that we have.
questions.
Alina had a really good question.
Yes,
if you
this is
want
a
to
really
ask
good
that
question.
yourself.
Okay, so I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say it will never happen because then I'll just shoot myself in the foot. But I know it's probably difficult. But so, what are the chances of me ever seeing something like Spotify's offline mode? Because I've been flying a lot this year, and I'm like in a tin can for 6 hours, and all I want to do is be able to just like marathon that so I can get through it, and I can't, and
Yeah.
it's so sad.
So the current streaming service from Funimation right now is streaming only. So yeah, you can't download and watch later. A lot of that is a technological limitation right now, and there's also a lot of rights issues too. So that's the thing that's very
Right.
complicated in this licensing game that we're playing here. So since Funimation isn't typically the one creating any of the anime, we don't have full rights to anything. We work with partners in Japan and the committees to license a certain set of rights within a certain set of limitations, and we have to play within those, and then go back for approvals. And if something new happens, we have to like renegotiate for other rights. It's crazy because there's a lot of shows that we licensed like in the 90s that streaming and the internet like wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So like you had to go back, like let's say, I don't know, Yu Yu Hakusho or something. There in the contracts there is no like mention of streaming rights, but that's like a huge deal now. And so you have to like go back and renegotiate and figure all that stuff out. So I'm not sure exactly what the rights are if you are able to download something, watch it, and then like if it expires and however the technology handles that with like DRM and all that stuff. So that's a big challenge. I don't think it's out of the question. I think right now, at least from Funimation's standpoint, we're working on ramping up our streaming service to make it as widely accessible as possible, and then we're gonna probably go back and figure out how we can do stuff like that. So I wouldn't say it's impossible. It may be a slow-going process with a few shows to test or something like that. But yeah, you never know. It might happen sooner than we think if there's some sort of like, I don't know, fantastical property that's just like, oh yeah, you can totally do this, and we don't even care. Like, so we'll see. But it's a great idea.
Fingers crossed, guys.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, watching offline is so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, but
And
also it's such a big file too. Like with music, it's a lot smaller. So downloading those or multiple of those into an app somewhere it's like locked in. It's not as difficult probably as it would be for an entire show.
So I think like, I mean, because you can do the kind of thing with like Amazon, where you go through and on Amazon Prime or whatever and download a movie and then watch it for a certain period of time and then it expires and all that stuff. So, I mean, it might depend on what partners we're working with. That's another challenge because as Funimation, we are distributing to our different vendors, Amazon, iTunes, PlayStation, Xbox, and then also streaming to partners like Netflix and Hulu and all that, and then our own site. So managing the expectations of all of those retailers without like making anyone else angry at the same time, and managing those, like somebody has an exclusive window here for this period, and then somebody gets it over here on this period. Some people get the downloadable like electronic sell-through stuff where you can download it, and then somebody only gets streaming. And balancing it. So that's this fine balancing act of making everyone happy,
Yeah, of course, because everyone.
including all of our consumers and anime fans. Woo.
Yeah, it's
Yay!
Man,
I've got hope at least.
yeah. I mean,
that.
things change, and I'm pretty sure we'll see
Yeah.
a lot of more awesome things come out.
Yeah, I mean, if you
future.
asked me, 4 or 5 years ago, like, what do you think the possibilities of us being able to watch everything you guys pretty much have streaming at any point in time whenever I want? I'd be like, I don't know, that sounds really crazy.
Yeah, things have changed super fast, and it's
Yeah.
nice that. I mean, we always say yay for simulcast because it's just such an amazing thing that we couldn't have expected. Like, oh, it's the same time as Japan, so now.
Yeah, you're watching Japanese broadcast television, and you're even watching it probably in an easier way than they are.
Yeah, absolutely, because on demand, whenever we want it, in subtitles as many times as we want, without commercials in most cases.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Yeah, you don't need a separate like DVR or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You can watch School Live on your lunch break at work.
Yes, you could.
And
Which I
Insta.
evangelized the heck out of at lunch. You missed me getting all
Oh my
up
gosh, she did.
in their
I
faces
apparently have to
about
watch
School
this.
Live.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
Yeah.
so
His friend
good.
Mario is here as well from Funimation, and he was like, I don't want to watch it. I don't like it. It's like, watch it.
Yeah, she would- she would
Watch
not
You wouldn't
give
let
up.
him go.
I would
was
not let him off the
relentless.
hook. Like
Yeah.
one of the best anime of 2015, hands down.
Let's check it out then.
Yeah. So, wrapping up the show, do you have anything else you want to talk about or anything about Funimation you want to announce? Show off?
Let's see. I mean, we've got a
Promote.
lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
This has been a crazy year for us. This is probably I've been in the company again for 7 years. This has been literally the craziest year for me. So many different things going on. This theatrical push has been a huge deal this year. And then we've got all kinds of new exclusive collector's editions coming out. We're doing more collector's editions now than we probably ever have.
Give me the swag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the cool one we did Space Dandy earlier this year in the boobies box.
Yeah.
I just like to talk about Space Dandy because it's an excuse to say the word boobies
Real talk.
a whole lot.
right, Shimonetta.
Because in the
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't need any cookies from you guys.
Nope.
He went right to the cookies.
Excuse us. No.
We did a GIF actually at the office
I saw.
of like Shimonetta cookies, and it's me like eating cookies and then like immediately freaking out. So
Never eat cookies again.
It's cake all the way because cookies are ruined.
Oh, there's still time for a cake episode, I'm sure. Like an American Pie.
Don't ruin cake for me, please.
maybe
Don't look at me like I'm making the show.
if we ever do a collector's edition of Shimonetta, maybe we should include
A novelty cookie
cookies.
charm.
Yeah, like I'm just saying.
Don't do that.
Callie, the look on your face is glorious right now. It's so
Yes,
good.
If you are audio only, we highly recommend that you watch this
It's
in video format.
it's
There's a lot of good
cringe. Like if cringe has a word in Japanese, this is it. This is.
If you look up cringe in the dictionary, it's gonna be this episode.
It's gonna be this amazing
So
episode.
that time those people say, "Oh, this is cringeworthy on YouTube." Blah blah blah. It's cringeworthy. This is actually cringe.
This is actually cringe. We are not abusing.
You keep
the
using that
term.
word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of collector's editions coming out. Things. No, but seriously, really cool stuff. Tokyo Ghoul is coming out this year.
Yep.
And September, like next month. And there's a big, cool, awesome collector's edition for that has all kinds of awesome stuff. The first ever Full Metal Alchemist, the original series on Blu-ray collector's edition is coming out, and that's going to be a lot of cool stuff. I actually just filmed a video for it, and we're going to showcase it and all that stuff. There's Black Lagoon's getting a collector's edition for the complete series and OVA, and OVAs.
One of us.
We talked about the free collector's edition that's going to be coming out later. Also, so lots of collectors, and the reason we're doing a lot of that is now because is now that we have a store on Funimation.com, so we sell directly to consumers. I say the word consumers. That's the most corporate thing to ever say. I apologize. I sell things to our fans and anime fans.
You're Funimaniacs.
Yes.
Oh.
It's a
Trademarked. It's mine.
There you go. But yeah, now that we do that, we can actually create all these really cool products and sell directly. We don't have to rely on Walmart or somebody else having to pick it up and then get it to our fans. We can just make it and then make it available for you guys to pre-order, because when you pre-order, then it guarantees we can make this many, and that means we can make more or less, and it makes, or depending on whatever works, we won't lose money on it, so we can keep doing more of these things. So definitely check out all the new stuff coming out. Go to Funimation.com. There's deals of the week we do where you can get super discounted anime.
Yes.
I think if I had a dream box set, collector's edition, it'd be Yorikuma Arashi. So good. So good. Give me the bears. Give me the bears.
Give me the bears.
It'll be covered
Pot
in
of honey.
lilies.
Yeah. It'd be a pretty box set.
That was a real WTF show also when I started watching that.
Yeah, it's one of those shows you definitely had to give some time before you're like, I'm really invested in this.
I guess if you watched Utena and stuff like that,
Yeah.
we're okay, I get it. I see where this is coming from.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that show and how we were if you could have a 90s show remade today, that would be
Utena?
that would be one
or
of the
just
ones.
an update or just revival of Lieutenant just because it's so good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe on Blu-ray
anniversary
someday.
collection.
Yeah, Blu-ray
Blu-ray.
someday.
Yeah.
anyway, so thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
It was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Thanks for having me.
It was. I'm trying to make
no.
a pun, and just my brain was like,
Megan.
nope,
Megan, no.
Do it.
But I can't be Funimaniacs.
Don't become like me.
Don't be a Marty Sleva.
There was not. I think I missed that
Shots
one.
fired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, we all like Marty. He
We
works
love
here.
Marty.
He works here for
He makes
context.
a ton
He
of
does.
bad puns.
He
And
makes tons of puns.
Sometimes really great ones. But
I
some
love
are just
puns, by the way, so it's okay.
yeah, he's the master of puns here. And
Oh,
it's just-
speaking of
He's the
puns,
Punisher, you would say.
we're talking about games we were playing earlier. Jesus, I'm sorry, I just got that one.
Callie, get out of here. You're off the show. Go
But,
ahead. Host rights revoked.
Listen, trash.
Anyway, Justin, as you were saying.
I just finished playing the new King's Quest game, or the Chapter 1, and I love King's Quest.
so good.
I just downloaded that the other
Yeah.
night. I'm so excited to
I
play
did the
it.
wiki, so if you need help, let me know.
Gamer score.
So
All the gamer score.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So puns, that's a big thing for King's
Oh, yeah.
Quest, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
going over all those puns, it just made me think of that.
Also,
Anyway,
yeah.
But anyway, thank you for sharing your husbando pics with us.
Yes.
yes.
That's the best.
So, Justin, how can our club members find you on Twitter and tell you their husband pics and rate you on yours?
Yeah, let me know what you guys think of my best boy / husbando / whatever else you want to call them, pics. You can tweet me at JustRojas, JUSTROJAS. Pretty much that across the board on my Instagram, Facebook, Twitch. It's all Just Rojas. So, or you can also, talk to us at Funimation, which is at Funimation across the board as well. So you can check me out every Wednesday night on our live show called Double Talk Live, which is at 9:30 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Funimation. Myself, Lauren Moore from Funimation, and Chad James from Screw Attack host a show where we recap some of the latest broadcast dubs. Right now we're talking about Gangsta, which is awesome.
Yep, so definitely
Prison
watch.
School, which is interesting.
It is prison school.
It's hilarious.
I
It's
love
a
how you're going through your
hilarious
mental
show.
index to find the
Yeah.
right word. You're like, I
It's
can't
so
use that word,
funny.
can't use that word.
And I'm just like, I think I like this, but also, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
like do I feel
hey.
I feel bad liking this sometimes.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm
It's
like,
kind of a weird, like, I mean, I like half of this, and then the other half, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm supposed
It's
to feel.
literally your guilty pleasure where
Yeah.
you're just like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to love this, but I kind of love this.
Yeah,
I'll probably
it's
really
a-
like it then.
Oh yeah, like
yeah,
Weekend
it's-
project.
there's things. Yeah.
And then we're also watching Sky Wizards Academy, which is your very like it's kind of a harem-y action show. So if you like, they have gun blades, which are really cool. I really like gun blades.
Cool weapons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weapons. It's really good.
Is that like a musket? What is a
No, have you ever played a Final Fantasy game?
No.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay, Cal.
Okay, we need to
stand together.
Are you okay? Are you?
I'm
You've
fine.
never played a Final Fantasy game?
Fine.
Are you okay?
The secret's out.
I just started playing Final Fantasy Triple Triad, which is really awesome on their new app. iOS app just came out. Anyway,
Wait, but what's a gunblade?
so a
though?
gunblade is a very large sword that has a handle like a gun and usually a revolver.
Yes.
And when you strike someone, you can pull the trigger and it'll also shoot a bullet at the same time as like hitting
It's a
them.
little excessive.
And that's how you hit your,
But
that's
I
how you
will-
get your critical hits.
I will
Final
accept
Fantasy
it.
VIII.
Yes.
So it's like a musket, but with a giant blade, is what you're
Yeah, instead
saying.
of having just a little
So
pokey
a
thing on
short-
the end, it's like
So
huge.
it's a reverse musket, where the blade is long and
Well,
the gun
think
part is
of
short.
Like a bayonet.
Yeah, I think
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
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 I meant bayonet this whole time.
Anyway,
I
Cal,
like this is like
Muskets
a.
had them on.
It's Friday. You know what?
It's.
I
it
know
is
we're
Friday.
all flubbing. Like I got properties wrong. We don't know guns today. I don't know.
I see. That's the problem because I
Callie,
do know this.
where can people find you?
to hear me
And give you a history lesson.
to give me a lesson on guns, you can find me on Twitter at Inky Dojiko, INKY DOJIKKO.
BANANAS.
Gwen
Don't add that
Stefani.
on there.
Don't-
It's
no,
not gonna be the right handle.
That's not yeah.
I just want to make this as convoluted as possible.
And you can find me at Havoc Rose on Twitter. You can yell at me for Pikachu's or whatever. People actually do, and it makes me really happy. But yeah, Megan, where can I find you?
So I am at Megan, MEGHEN_IGN. And by the way, if you like the shirt that I'm wearing for listeners, it's a teal, that's a blue colored IGN Anime Club shirt.
Yeah.
Kelly, where can they go to get their own IGN Anime Club shirt?
Go.ign.com/store.
Yeah.
Yay.
Elena.
And if you want to find me on Twitter, I am at Morphing Ball.
You have the easiest one.
Yeah, you have the easy one.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's funny
Mine's
because
spelled
sometimes
incorrectly.
people think it's at morphine ball, like I feel
Like a ball of
shooting,
morphine?
like shooting drugs. Like, and I'm like, no, it's a Super Metroid reference, and someone already sat on morph ball, so I'm like, I'll just go with the variant.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it. Our first OVA. Yay! Thank you guys so much.
So
Well, you can have me
when's
on.
the beach part come in, or the spa episode?
On the beach party
yeah.
episode.
This is
So-
an OVA, right?
Yeah. I was really sad
there's
because
the
like we should have
obligatory-
had the beach episode. We missed it. It was summer, and I didn't even go to the beach.
I didn't
was
go to the
mad.
beach.
was
I
in
didn't go
California.
to
There's
the
still
this year.
time. Summer is not officially over until next month.
That is true.
Yeah, so we might
Fall
have
doesn't start for a while
a
yet.
beach episode sometime.
Yay.
We'll have you back on for that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Bring it back. Bring your bathing suit. We're having
All
We
right.
can
it's
just
gonna
take
be
a
a-
I already
screenshot
have
and put a
it.
beach
Yeah.
ball on it.
Yeah. It'll be about free. It'll be totally appropriate.
You totally could.
beach
Yes, you
episode.
could. Well,
Look forward to that, guys. And of course, this week we'll also have a regular episode. So that'll be episode 20, I think.
yes.
My gosh.
Yes, and if you
time
need
flies.
to catch up with the watch party, look, you can actually get the Blu-ray DVD collection from
Yeah.
Funimation for Steins Gate.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
to Funimation.com/Steins-Gate, or go to Funimation.com/store and just search right there.
Yeah, that, or you can also watch it on Funimation, which is where I watch it, because you can watch
Yes.
the dub, and it's
Yeah.
cool.
Subscribe to our subscription service and stream it.
Yeah.
I think we covered everything. That was
Yeah,
great.
I
That was
think-
good.
Ending the episode now. Thank you guys so much.
Yay, anime!
Yay!
Yay.